Hey guys, it's Zyda County Cup Suites, and welcome to the final episode of Recap Races for County Pro and County Cup. Yes, this is going to be a double header video. Both championship races at Phoenix and Homestead for both the County Pro and County Cup Suites Championship weekend races. This is it, the final races, the final episode of the year. Season's finally come to an end. Thank goodness, I'm happy the season's finally over. Two champions were decided. Two new champions were decided this year. Who were they? Well, let's find out. Start off with the County Pro Series. Kicking things off with the championship race at Phoenix Raceway for the County Pro Series championship race weekend. Phoenix, this will be the last time Phoenix will be hosting a championship race for the County Pro since they're not hosting a championship weekend for Cup next year. It'll be Homestead, so more likely this will be Homestead will be the championship race venue for them next year. To be determined though. But that's another video for another day. Right now, here is the results from that race. Head into this race, Archie Price was the point splitter. Only 11 points ahead of Sophie Buckingham in second, and 21 points ahead of Aaron Swallows, who was third in points. Blake was also still in contention as well, but he was very far away. He had to hope for like the top three to crash out and him to win the race. Again, a very big long shot, as you can see. It didn't really pay out for him, so we'll get to him in a minute. As for the results, Xander Chilcock gets the win instead. His second win of the season. Back-to-back wins for him. Won Mansfield the week before. And to going back-to-back and win in Mansville. Good mention for him. He's really struggled to find some speed this year, so I see him get himself a win to end off the year. 2 wins to end off the year, which is pretty impressive. Didn't come into the competition though. Katie Barrow's definitely one contender all race long. Surprisingly, of all people, Katie Barrow showed some speed finally after a win at Ladder. Unfortunately, though, she ended up finishing P3. Still good race for her, finishing P3. So back and then go around at the end, take P2, but obviously she couldn't catch Xander in the end because Xander was he was long gone. As for the rest of the top 10, Leo Ahern comes on P4. He's done really well the second half this year. Comes on 4th, Jonah Hopkins ran top 5 and 5th, Liam Sheeman 6th, Archie Price in 7th, big for him. So we have in 2nd, Bella Ford 8th, Erin Swallows, you can tell she won the championship in 9th. And Leah Wilson ran to top 10 in the 10th position. Good for her. Obviously, Alice 10 and 11, Sky Nicholas 12. Phantom Charlton finishing P14. It's pretty impressive for him in Spy Equipment. Ellie Richardson first going down 16th. A couple of drivers unfortunately struggled this race. And a couple of them did DNF. We had a couple of cars that had some bad races. Starting off with Jed Noble, lost it in between turn 3 and 4, backed into the outside warp in turn 3 and 4, ended his day, top break for him, finished 32nd. And then a big crash down the back straightaway started when mid-pack when Bailey Mites was trying to clear himself in front of his teammate Connor Little, was not clear, got turned in front of him, both of them went spin down the back straightaway, or whatever straightaway Phoenix has, I don't know, Phoenix is confusing. Taking out Daria, Harry had nowhere to go, and unfortunately Blake also got clobbered as well. Unfortunately, tough break for him. This end his championship hopes, or what was left of championship basically, because spoilers, he would drop down even 1 point after this wreck. Harris taken out Burley as well, who has just had a miserable, just a horrible, miserable second half of the season with like, I swear he's striking like every week, so yikes. 28th place finish, not gonna help him at all. Connor Little also DNF, top break for him. His season was already terrible as soon as he wrecked Thomas Kennett at Las Vegas a while back, so yippee. Dara did park the race car, but go back on the racetrack just for passing damage. She only got kind of let her ripped aside of her. Blue Firm came out of it. Obviously, that's required by NASCAR, so obviously you take the car behind the wheel. Declared in times, got back on the racetrack, though 53 laps down, but hey, at least she finished the race, like, at least. That's a positive there. And that's not much really to say that day. Should finish results. Now let's head to the point standings. And here are the final standings for the County Pro Series. Archie Price for the 7th place finish did lock up the championship, his 3rd career County Pro Series championship, 2 points ahead of Sophie Buckingham, who comes oh so close once again to a championship. This girl cannot seem to catch one break of championship now, can't she? She'll finish heartbreakingly 2nd in points, again I believe for the 2nd year in a row, jeez. Again, just more heartbreak for this 20 team. Though it is believed that Sophie is moving to the Cup Series next year, so maybe she'll find more luck up there. I don't know, she'll be a rookie, so who knows. Ellen Swallows, she's also moving to the Cup next year with Hendrick Motorsports. That's finally going down to Phoenix this past weekend. She's going to Hendrick full time, so she's taking them 3rd in points moving up to the Cup. So congratulations to them. Good for them. But obviously Archie Price, she'll turn him for a 2nd. Really impressive season. 1 win, but it was very consistent the entire season. Again, it doesn't matter how many wins you get. All you need is just a lot of consistency, and Archie had it. Archie gave him a really good card this season. The 07 team locked in and got himself a 3rd championship. Congratulations to Archie Price. Now officially tying James McKenzie for the most championships in the series at 3. I mean, Archie could take that over, you know. I mean, obviously James is in the Cup Series right now. Archie could still take it over. He's a County Pro veteran, so You never know. Archie Price could be the leader here, maybe next season. To find out. As for everyone else, Leo Holmes comes home 5th in points, his career best finish in points. Anna Chilcock moved up to 4th in points. Good season for him. After those 2 back-to-back wins, definitely helped him in points a lot. Ellis Tennant definitely a much better season after what was after a disaster season last season. He'll come home in the 6th position. Leo Wilkinson in 7th. Charles Cross, I would have thought he was in contention, but he wasn't. He was 8th in points. Jordan Hopkins in 9th, and Blake Evans fell all the way down to 10th in points after his wreck in that race. Man, just not a way to end off a season for Blake. I thought he was consistent all year, and yet one DNF pushed him back to 10th in points. Ouch. Lean Sheikman 11th, Bella Ford had a down year in 12th. Katie Bowers had a pretty strong year, definitely our best year statistically. 13th in points, took out Nicholas 14th, Dario not a really great year in either at 15th, Richie 16th, Ellie Richardson 17th in points. She does look up Rookie of the Year. So congratulations to her. I didn't mention it, obviously. I think she lost the championship look of the year a while back, because like her highest, second in the rookie year standings is Harry Trunkoff. He was like 22nd in points. Ouch. Yeah, he struggled. Also, why is he 23? He's supposed to be 43. Oh, whatever. He's supposed to be 43, but whatever. Harriet, the lowest of the Harriet 18th in points, struggling for her. Connor Little, the lowest in the overview won this fair, 19th in points. Again, there's a big asterisk next to his name. Obviously, he would have been higher in points, probably around like 12th or 13th in points. But obviously, with that penalty, got only a 25-point penalty, drops him down to 19th in points. So tough break for him. And everyone else, 20th from down, it's just drivers who don't really do a whole lot. You know, some drivers who just struggle this year. Barely Mines, one shot. I'll give him. He was tough in points. Orders DNF dropped into 21st in points. Just a horrendous season around for Brody Mellets. Just started off strong, ended pretty terribly. Pretty terribly. And then Harry Axley just barely go over 1,000 points. 100 points, sorry. Yeah, Young Motorsports, can we please get rid of Harry Axley, please? He's not bad, but like he's bad enough to finish last in points for both in consecutive seasons. Yikes. And that is it for the County Pro Series. Archie Price, congratulates Archie Price on the County Pro Series Championship. Now on to the big one, the County Cup Series. And here are the results from the championship race at Homestead. Championship weekend was this past weekend for the County Cup Series. He had one last week, so I guess one more week of racing for NASCAR, I guess. And it was Gracie Jackson overshadowing Cameron Perkins to get the win here at Homestead. Coming into this race, Perkins was the points leader, and Gracie was only 9 points behind in second. Basically, all Perkins really had to do is keep Gracie behind her, and he would lock up the championship. Though if Gracie finished ahead of him and maybe won the race, she would maybe win the championship, and it'd be close. We'll have to see if she did win the championship. Perkins, though, finished second. Pretty good race for him. Obviously, Cameron is good at Homestead. He's pretty good here. However, late in this race, during the last pit stops, not green flag under caution after Jacob Hughes spun down the back straight and slammed to the inside wall. Perkins got caught speeding on pit road entering. How he did that, I have no clue. There was no pressure. Gracie was behind him, and yet Perkins decided to just choke under pressure. Like, bruh, come on, bud. Come on, lock in. You can do better than that, Perkins. He did climb the glorious way to the front of the field, though, with a lot of help. After the Jacob Hughes caution came out on that reset, Aaron Swallows crashed up in turns 3 and 4, right ahead of Perkins. Pretty scary moment. Scary second death for him, but thankfully he avoided the wreck. Erin, though, not so lucky. She got taken out of the race. Top break for Erin, though. She was actually having a good run. Only leave that ball race long, so top break for her. And then the big one struck on the back straight, right on the restart, right behind Gracie, Chelsea, Ash, and Alfie Cox, who were the top 4 at the time. As Prescott got loose off turn 2, lost it, gone to Megan Bell, slammed her into the outside wall, and at that point it was just on from there. Multiple cars got taken out in this one, a big crash. Perkins snuck for it barely, a couple other drivers snuck for it, though a lot of the cars got taken out. Ryan Wilkerson finished 42nd, just sums up his year in a nutshell. Just a bad race, DNF for him. 41st, Megan Bell second out, Alice Prescott, Ashley Hickman, Peggy Bishop, Maisie Sparks, Lewis Brill, Abigail Pentland, Millie Boyles, Eva Williams, Erin and Ellen Howe all got taken out in that wreck. Tough break for all of them. Frey Lam also got a piece of it too. He got back on the race at those 16 laps down. That would be big for him in the rookie year stands we get to in a second too. Megan Rowe also involved, James McKenzie, they got back on the race straight though 1 and 2 laps down. And also Gemma Raby also got a piece of it as well. But she continued going into the 15th position. So good for her. And that was the last caution of the day for Instant. There was another caution that happened early in stage 2 when Lewis Goodrun spun up into turns 1 and 2. Obviously, he kept on going. And actually got back to a 14th place finish, which is good for him on immediate standards. So good for Goodrun. But now some people are going to talk about what they're going to talk about is the crazy finish that took place. Perkins decided to pit for fresh tyres. Obviously, tyres mean something here at Homestead, and Perkins pitted just as for start side of top 10. Goblet Racing, he was showing his way to the front of the field. Meanwhile, Gracie and some other cars stayed on the racetrack to gain track position, while Gracie just to stay in front of Perkins. Trying to pull away Chelsea Liddell, trying to give us, trying to finally win a race this year. Was not going to let Gracie get away from her. She made an insane free-wide move on the outside, take the lead away from both Chelsea and Ashton Jackson. Chelsea held for at least 7 laps after the green flag, but then started falling back. In the clutch of Cameron Perkins, he was charging through the field. With about 11 laps to go, he was second, right behind Gracie. A couple seconds behind Gracie. Though with those fresh tires, clawed his way to the rear bumper of her. And the last couple of laps were pretty much in battle. Gracie trying to hold off the fresher tires of Cameron Perkins. Side by side, off of 4, Perkins gets coming to the white flag. He takes the lead in the turns 3 and 4. Gracie dives onto the turn 3 on an insane move. Side by side of turn 4 and does the KO and puts Perkins into the outside wall. And at the line, photo finish. Some people thought it was a tie at the first. Thank goodness it wasn't a tie because he would have declared the race winner then. Jeez. And Gracie, by just a nose, got Perkins at the line to win at Homestead, her 7th win of the season. Very reminiscent of the Kyle Busch truck finish, I believe in 2013. Very, very similar moment there when Gale put Busch in the wall to get the win there. And his only win also in trucks, surprisingly. Gracie will get the win, her 7th win of the year. Perkins, like I said, also close in 2nd. Chelsea Liddell comes home 3rd. Even Hansbrough, he also cut fresh tires on. He comes home 4th. Ashton Jackson 5th. Lewis Norman also in fresh tires, charged for the field as well. Comes home 6th, 12th for him. Shout out to Sophie Buckingham, the Legacy Motor Club car. Comes home P7. That's pretty good for her. Alfie Cox 8th, Judge Koskis 9th, and Courtney Ryman in the top 10 in the 10th position. Alfie Lyons and a Padfield in his final right-handed motorsport comes home 12th. I believe it's Zaxton 13th. Good one, like I said, 14th. Shout out to Bella Ford and the Rockstar Energy car finishing 16th. That's pretty impressive for Rockstar Energy standards. I mean, they usually run like around 3rd most weeks, so shout out to them for finishing 16th. Riley, Dom Hawk, last couple finished in 20th, and everyone else on down did go a lap down, or some other cars obviously got taken out in wrecks, so tough break for them. Now, onto the final point standings. Who won the County Cup Series Championship? And here they are, the final point standings for the County Cup Series season. Gracie Jackson, with the win, clinches the 2025 County Cup Series Championship by 1 point over Cameron Perkins. Dogfight all the way to the last corner, man. What a season for those two drivers, Gracie and Cameron. Sure, Gracie, obviously call about Gracie in a minute, but both of those drivers, incredible seasons. Just look how far ahead of them they are from 3rd in points, Evie Williams. Nearly 200 points ahead of her. Unbelievable. Those two were just really consistent the entire season. Well, really the only two that he stayed consistent the entire year. Really congratulations to them. Gracie especially winning the championship. Her first career championship in the County Cup Series. RCR sweeps the championships. Good for RCR. At least he got something good this year, unlike the Cup program. But that's another story for another day. Gracie gets the 7th win of the year, clinches the championship. Great season for her this year. Obviously with Frontman Motorsports last year, nearly won the championship for them in a tiebreaker, but unfortunately the tiebreaker asked Prescott won the championship due to him more wins than Gracie. No tiebreaker this time. Gracie Jackson wins 25 County Cup Championship. Congratulations to her. Big championship win for her, and only a 2nd full-time year. Takes championship away from probably the best driver in the series, Cameron Perkins, who finishes 2nd in points. Sure, he finished 2nd, but this is a season he cannot be sad about. 2nd in points is still really impressive, and a impressive season as well, with only 1 DNF the entire year. Hands down one of Perkins' best seasons in County Cup by far. Obviously, I'm not going to graze over the top 2. Obviously, we've got other drivers to talk about as well, down further about. You like Evie Williams, finishing 3rd in points. Ethan Hard, Kruber finished him in points, coming in 4th. I don't know how he actually got to 4th, but he's stuck in 4th in points at the end of the season. Good for him. Plague Bishop 5th, as Prescott defending champ, fortunately comes home 16 points. Can't say it's a championship hangover season for him. He did alright, he only got 1 win, but he didn't do a whole lot. Same as Maisie Sparks, kind of a down year to be fair, only got 1 win. Chelsea Liddell 8th in points. At least she continues to the top streak of finishing top 10 points to full-time driver. However, unfortunately, she does go winless for the first time in her full-time career, so top 8 for Chelsea. Ashton Jackson 9th, and Alfie Koch knocking the top 10 in points at the end of the year, finishing 10th. Good for him. Ashley, unfortunately, comes up 11th in points. James McKenzie, I was hoping he finished top 10 in points, but unfortunately, 12th in points was the best he could do. Still, another year, another James McKenzie top 10 in points. So close, though. Do expect the 13 team to show some more speed next year. Ryan Wilson behind him in 13 points. Again, that just sums up his season in a nutshell. Like the most inconsistent driver the entire year by far. A lot of DNS. Somehow got 3 wins in the year, and he was just very inconsistent. Hopefully, this 40 team can start running its inconsistent results into good results or even wins. Like, please sort this team out, guys. Megan Bell also kind of in the same situation. Had a few good runs, but then just was also inconsistent with a couple of DNFs as well. She comes home 14 points. Hopefully the 48 and 12 teams can kind of let themselves back in for coming next season. Jacob Hughes 15th, Courtney Wright fell at 16th. Looking at early championship favorite early in the season. Fell right down to 16th in points by the end of it. Ouch. Pat in his last full-time season for Hendrick Motorsports comes on 17th in points. Not the way he wanted to end his tenure at Hendrick, but 7 points is still pretty good for his standards. Abigail Penland, 18 points, definitely her worst statistically. For the first time also in her career, she did fail to win a race. So for the first time in Abigail Penland's career, she goes winless for the first time. Tough break for Abigail. Maybe it's time to hang it up. I'm just saying, maybe it's time to hang it up. I mean, don't continue don't do the Matt Craft and then just kind of suck and then finally retire and then you still kind of suck. Just kind of, go out at least with a bang, Freddie Lama, he does win Rookie of the Year, 19 points. Lewis Brad, 21st, he was the guy who was second highest. So he was kind of fell back from Freddie, but yeah. Freddie won a race in Las Vegas, so nothing to be ashamed about. Good season for him, finishing 19th in points. But I do expect more to come out of him next year. Obviously, we're going to do good rookie year. What can do in his second full-time year. And then Jake Hodgkiss ran to top 20 in points. Just a down year from overall. He was kind of terrible. RFK as well, which just on the whole was kind of just down this year. Brett, like I said, 21st in points. Lewis Goodrun, 22nd in points. In the same card at Gracie's finished second in points with last year, actually. Sure, it's not. Obviously, no one had Lewis. Sure, no one had Lewis Goodrun being the next Gracie and, finish winning championship. No one saw that coming. But 22nd in points ain't too bad. I mean, at least he ain't last in points. Lewis Collins, we'll get him in a minute. Norman, 23rd. He did lay it up. Good results second half of the year, but unfortunately, it was just too little too late for him. Olivia Zaxton kind of struggled his last 6 races, fell back to 24th in points. Still a good year for her. Finally got her first win at Daytona and some Daytona race. Same year as well for Megan Ratz. Pretty good year overall for her. Finishing 25th in points. Finally got that long awaited win at Dover earlier this year. Good for her. Elwyn Howes, definitely a bad year for her overall. 26th in points. When your drivers are winning championship and you finish in top 10 in points, meanwhile here is you in 26. Yeah, maybe it's time to start switching some people around in that team. Alpha Lions, lowest of the rookies, 27th in points. Just he had his results, but he did have some he was very inconsistent as well. So hopefully this 22 team get a lot more better next year. Because if he doesn't, maybe we can start being a bit worried. Millie Boyle, 28th. She did fall down in points after a couple of DNFs. Still a good year for her. She got her first win at an immediate track at Chicagoland. I do expect more from the 17 team there next season. Gemma Raby, 29th last year at Gibbs before moving to Hoss Factory team full time. Good. Not really a great year for her. Kind of definitely her worst year statistically. And then Riley Potter, lowest of the rookies, 30th in points. Only showed up on the road courses, and after that, he didn't really do a whole lot much else. There are currently rumors that Team Evatt might actually shut down the Kenny Cup program and just sell their team to sell their team. So we'll keep an eye on that during the off season. Thomas Kennett, 31st in his final full-time season for full sport. Obviously, he'll be going part-time next year or trying to do select races. Good year in his rookie in his start. I won't say great. He finished 31st in point, which is kind of typical for Tom. But still, happy retirement, Thomas Kennett. And everyone else down below, like Red Bull, like Ryan and Dom, they were just terrible. Red Bull as a whole was just terrible this year. And then Riley Willers, Freddie Butler, that's kind of really fun to see. And then Lewis Collins. Well, thank God he's not front row next year. Front row finally confirmed this last weekend that Lewis Collins will not be returning to front row next year. So, goodbye, Lewis. You didn't do a whole lot. And 36 points. Yeah, that basically sums up his season. So, yeah. And that will just about wrap up the final episode of Recap Races for the 2025 County Cup and County Pro Series seasons. What a year it has. Both Archie Price and Grace Jackson declared themselves as champions for the 3rd time and the 1st time in their careers in both respective series. Congratulations to them. Hopefully be back next year. I'm kind of unconcerned if I want to do this for at least another year. It's depending on my friends if they want to come back for at least another year. But we'll see what comes. We'll see what happens come 2026. Maybe we'll get another year in. Maybe not. Who knows? But for now, this is us as Season Network. This is us at County Cup Season. Sign out, and we'll see you all, hopefully, next season. The rest is us in the County Cup Series. Sign out, and congratulations to Gracie Jackson and Archie Price on winning championships in 2025.